Team investigation.
It seems hard to believe. An Iranian businessman trying to help police ends up accused of fighting and obstructing their investigation. But there was one problem.
The Canton police didn't know there were 2 surveillance cameras that captured the arrest and what the businessman calls racial slurs. Senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell has this exclusive report, Dale.
Yes, Hamid Lavasani says that he's proud of his Iranian heritage and proud of his accomplishments as a businessman in America. But he's still grappling with what he claims in a lawsuit was a false arrest. See this man? He just got out of bed in the middle of the night to help police catch 3 armed robbers. So how did he end up in the arms of several police officers placed under arrest?
All they wanted to do was teach me a lesson. That's all it was about.
It all began in May of 2008 with an armed robbery in this apartment complex behind me. During the investigation, police heard that the robbers had been inside the Shell station earlier in the evening. So the police came here looking for the surveillance video.
I want your name and number and I'll send somebody down to pick you up. I want the tape tonight.
It was all caught on a surveillance camera. An angry Canton Police Sergeant Lamar Jones exchanges heated words on the phone with Shell store owner Hamid Lavasani.
Where's the tape at?
Lavasani built this Shell station from the ground up. The Cherokee County businessman lives far away in Cobb County. He had helped Canton police in the past catch criminals. Now he is suing them for false arrest, assault and battery, and malicious prosecution. In May 2008, it was almost midnight when Lavasani got the call to come over to the store so officers could see his surveillance video. Lavasani says he told them he would be in at 5 o'clock in the morning to help out. What went wrong?
Well, the whole thing was they just couldn't wait for me to get in the morning.
We're shut the store down.
Sergeant Jones is visibly upset and says so. What Sergeant Jones and his fellow officers don't know, the internal surveillance tape also picks up audio. On the phone, Jones tells Lavasani that police now control the store and will get a warrant for the tape.
Why don't you march your ass up here and I'll show you what I'll do when you get up here. You come on up here.
Sergeant Jones tells the other officers Lavasani told him to get the hell out of his store. Someone says, "What's his name?" 2 answers are heard, Habib and Patel. Then, according to court records, Sergeant Jones says, "How did you feel when you heard that?"
Well, how would you feel? That's a question to you and everybody else who wants to hear it. How would you feel about it?
It was nearly 1 o'clock in the morning when Hamid Lavasani arrived here at his gas station. He says his clerk met him and said, "Stay calm. The police have plans for you." So this should go easily.
It should have been over with right as soon as I got there.
Lavasani says he and Detective Campbell had a heated exchange about the midnight call, threats of arrest, and name-calling on the phone. Lavasani then heads toward the store. Detective Campbell follows and later gets nose-to-nose with the store owner as Sergeant Jones circles around. Then, the arrest.
It was pretty violent. I mean, it happened so quick, they didn't even give me a chance.
Police claim on the arrest warrant Lavasani was fighting with officers and charged him with felony obstruction.
Being humiliated, having to go to jail, having my name printed in the local newspaper the next day, my customers coming telling me and asking me what happened.
After an internal affairs investigation, the Cherokee County District Attorney declined to prosecute Lavasani. Police Chief Jeff Lance wouldn't talk about the case because of the pending lawsuit. Hamid Lavasani says he can't forget that dark night in May. You're mad at these guys, aren't you?
I still am. Very, very mad. And I will not, I guess, settle down until the justice is done.
Now, Canton police conducted an internal investigation. Sergeant Jones and Detective Campbell were found guilty of conduct unbecoming an officer. Sergeant Jones was also found guilty of violating the Code of Ethics. Their punishment? A written reprimand. The lawsuit is still pending, and there's big issues coming up before the judge right now, and we'll be following those as it plays out over the next few weeks.
Well, Dale, you had 4 to 5 officers standing around that Shell station. The cameras were rolling. Did it help them catch the armed robbers?
No. In a word, and that was one of the issues that was raised when we looked at it. What are all these officers doing here trying to get the surveillance camera, and they've got 3 armed robbers running around? As it turns out, the guys that they were looking for, they were juveniles, were actually about a half a mile away during most of this time, a little bit later, at another gas station. So they picked him up while they were still messing with the surveillance camera back at the Shell station.
All right. Dale Russell, thanks.
Fox 5 News.